Assalamu alaikum. Good day to all. This is Khan Mehdi Hassan once again from Bangladesh. In today's lesson, I'm going to discuss Blow Blow the Winter Wind. Blow blow the winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude. So, the poet in the very beginning addresses the winter wind and says that it can blow as much hard as it likes because it is not so harsh and rude like man's nature of being ungrateful. The poet actually wants to mean that winter wind is cruel, but man's ungratefulness is more cruel than the winter wind. So, to poet, man's ingratitude is worse than the winter wind. Thy tooth is not so keen because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. So thy tooth is not so keen. So why does the poet imagine the wind has tooth? Here the poet imagines that the wind has tooth because cold wind cuts through like a bite. Because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. That means the attack of the winter wind is not so sharp because it is not visible, though it is bitingly cold. So winter wind is not so rude as man's unkind heart. Hey ho, sing hey ho unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hey ho, the holly, this life is most jolly. Here, the poet sings and feels happy with the winter wind in the green forest. He then says that friendship in human life is not true, even it ends in sorrow. The poet here says that the friendship is only a pretense and loving is nothing but absurdity and foolery. Most loving mere folly means loving is nothing but absurdity and foolery. Then hey ho, the holly, this life is most jolly. Through these lines, the poet here again reminds that he should be enjoyed fully because life is very wonderful. So he again tells that life is very wonderful and should be enjoyed fully. Then he says, freeze, freeze, thou bitter sky, that dost not bite so nigh, as benefits for God. The poet here asks the frosty sky to freeze because it won't cause him deep pain as caused by his friends who forget his favors instead of being thankful. Then he says, though thou the water raft, thy sting is not so sharp, as friend remember not, hey ho, sing hey ho unto the green holly. The poet here says that though the waters are frozen, they don't cause sharp pain like one caused by his friends, who doesn't even bother to remember him. Thus, the frozen faces of the world are more painful than the frozen waters. Then the poet sings and expresses his happiness in the green forest. So let's talk about the theme of this beautiful poem. In this poem, the protagonist laments the absence of true love and friendship in human life. The contrast between nature and human beings finds a beautiful expression in the poem. The ingratitude of human beings is shown to be harsher and crueler than the winter wind. Again, breach of trust and betrayal of friends and relatives are shown to be crueler and harsher than the forces of nature. Along with friendship and loyalty on relationship, the poet shows a strained reality of this materialistic world. Let's talk about the summary of this beautiful poem. Love and friendship are two important demands of human life. In this poem, the protagonist laments the absence of true love and friendship in human life. Human life cannot survive in this merciless world without true love and friendship. But it is a matter of great regret that true love and friendship is very rare. The winter wind is biting and unbearable. The poet compares man's ingratitude to the winter wind. The poet also compares false friendship to water wrath, which is very transitory. Shakespeare assures that true love and friendship is a must, without which human beings are not supposed to survive. Thanks for patient hearing. That's all for today. Allah Hafiz.